Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Red Flood. Let us continue on from where we last left off. So we've conquered all of Italy, making it all in the course and having some nice, beautiful manpower and factories. We actually have production now. Everything is going pretty well, except for the fact that Germany's about to annex all of Austria, which is going to make a massive third international right on our border, which could prove to maybe be a problem, but we'll kind of see how that goes. In a few days, we'll be making our capital into Rome. And we'll kind of see how that plays out for us. We are missing some resource, a little bit of steel. We can get that from France. I think that seems okay. Because we have 57,000 rifles, 3,000 pieces of artillery, 2,000 motorized, a bunch of tanks, a bunch of support equipment. These are horrible borders. Wow. That's really... You know what? I'm just going to quickly... change these borders around because those are just horrible. Transfer that to you. And I guess that's a little bit better. Sure. Why not? Did I set this on? No, I don't. Fantastic. So, Germany's won their war. The Austrian commune now exists. Hungary's looking pretty powerful. But Austria shouldn't really have an army. So that does benefit us in the sense that when we actually go to war with the Third International, there shouldn't really be any troops on our border, and we should be able to push decently within the territory. We also want more factories. Probably just in Tuscany and Latium. I think those are both completely okay. So you're about to finish. A little bit more defense. We're losing organization, which kind of sucks, but you know, it is what it is. We're actually going to lose another organization. No, I was looking at the wrong one. We're going to be losing organization with this effect. But it's not so bad. Weekly stability goes up. For some research speed, I actually think that's okay. We're only at 72%, which isn't fantastic. We did just lose 15% from our last thing there. But our capital now being in Rome is pretty good. Spain, I don't know if or when they'll actually ever join up with our faction. Hopefully soon, if they do at all. Same with Yugoslavia, same with Montenegro. I think some of these other people over here might also... I mean, you're accelerationists as well, so maybe you'll actually end up joining our faction in the future. So, I mean, Russia... Now you've actually cleared war on the Baltic government. Okay. Which is horrible for you, because I think Lithuania is going to get completely steamrolled. Because once one of you guys is dead, I'm pretty sure the whole Polish institution is just going to completely crash down. But we'll see how it goes. Because I have a feeling it's going to go poorly. Because you can be done in 25 days. When do we actually go to war? We'll get Casus Belli's around here. So that is... about 10 months, roughly, it appears to me. Now, you guys are slowly being built up. We still got our armor divisions going, which I think is pretty good. But I'm just glad we have manpower and equipment. We can actually now field a pretty decent-sized army. All of you really just deploy straight into Blue Army for now. At least, of course, until we hit 24. Okay, now you're at 20. After that... let's build a handful of motorized. Yeah, 3 seems okay, because we do have a lot of motorized in our armies. Because you're 20 combat with. We could probably replace some of you to be, like, some artillery pieces as well. I don't think that would be a bad idea, per se. Even replacing... I mean, getting, like, 40 combat with. You know what? Let's duplicate you. And we're going to add our way to be 40 combat widths here. Is it, it's 9-4, right? No, not quite. 34, 36, 38. Yeah, I mean, that seems fine. You'll be infantry template 2. Cancel, let's say, 4 of you. Put template 2s there instead. And they're really just going to be very beefy units, which I think is okay for us. Research slot. Let's go for, now that we actually have the ability to produce more stuff, let's go for mechanized equipment too. We're not spending our ahead of time penalty on this, which is nice. Because it's no longer considered ahead of time. Better industry, at least we wanted to get better production cap. Atomic research is going to be finished soon as well. We probably also want to go for the research peak plus 8%. As soon as you're finished, which is going to be in 2 more weeks. So, I mean, things are looking, I think, pretty well for us. Germany has 22 to 170 divisions. We actually could start with a intelligence agency. So you know what? Why not get that going? At least having one spy kind of seeing what Germany's up to could be valuable. Of course, we need even more steel. We'll get that from the French. Like, what are you doing right now, France? You are currently dealing with Anglo Devil. We'll see if Britain wants to come into a faction with us. I'm going to assume the answer is no to that one. I'd be very surprised if they said yes. And are any of you guys in the Middle East actually in a faction? Just Iraq is currently in a faction with the British. But do you actually give us casus bellis against Iraq? Turkey, Central Caucasia, Armenia. You do here. Well, I guess actually Iraq has to not exist for us to do the next focus here. So war against the British is inevitable. So we should be preparing for that ASAP. Yeah, I'm not surprised. As soon as Lithuania got completely destroyed, Poland is now not looking very good. Russia actually landed in near Danzig, which I'm surprised they were able to do. Enough of the dawdling, which is giving us resistance target. Military construction speed being 50% faster is pretty nice for us. Enough. I don't want to hear it. No stops, no. Enough of this mannerisms. Enough of this filth. We've come to bring a future, an explosive, roaring future. We will solve all our problems with one short blow of a pneumatic hammer. Okay. If you say so. So what are you? Your fuel per oil, fuel gain from refineries. Which would be nice, because now that we actually have a navy and actually have like an air force, would be useful. Factory output plus 10%. Construction speed for only 200 days. I mean, 100 factories, or not 100 factories, 7% factory output, even for like about a year, is still pretty good, I would say. You have 29 days till you're finished. You've all been annexed into the Russian Empire, so Russia's doing, I would say, pretty well for themselves. Are you going to release any countries? I don't think so. And Yugoslavia is getting kind of beaten right now by the Bulgarians, so hopefully they can maybe turn that around. The National Restoration Army is doing pretty well against the Unhai Clique, and because they're accelerationists, we do kind of want to support their cause more than anybody else's at the moment. And we have more free civilian factories, so I guess let's go for... You know what, let's build more civilian factories just in the south for now. We do have territory, of course, like kind of all over the place now that we've taken over the Italian Empire. And once we get our casus belli here for Dig Deeper, which of course is what we're going to go for first, a focus against Romania is a little bit of a strange one. Mostly because we don't have a border with them. We'd have to navally invade somehow. Because, again, there's no actual way for us to get there. I don't think we can go through the straits. Yeah, armies cannot pass. So we couldn't do anything here. But you need to take over Turkey first and then invade Romania. Because you were against Turkey, Carpathia, Armenia, Syria, Azerbaijan. All those countries should pretty easily fall for us. 20 to 51 was actually quite a bit. 1 to 3, of course, is nothing. Syria has 4 to 23. I'm just hoping by the time we get down to that part of the focus tree, we'll have a much larger army that we can use for offensive purposes, let's just say. So are you... Wait, let me just double check this. Are you... You had just declared war on France. Or on war Germany. And I think that's okay. If we focus right now, killing Germany and then doing all the other stuff in the future... Yeah, no, that's fine. That's completely acceptable. We want you guys to be extremely aggressive. You are technically a puppet, so if I join the war, which you'll say yes to, I can immediately declare war on your puppet state, which allows us to move troops quickly into here. Hungary is not in the war quite yet. Brazil is technically in the faction. Who else is in the faction? Cuba, Madagascar. But they shouldn't matter even remotely, so I'm not too concerned about that. And we could just begin to deploy more units. The tanks are ready soon. You just deploy these 4. So that we have 1 full stack. Cuba's gotten involved, but I don't think that matters so much. Honestly, if you just drive to Vienna, you go to Salzburg, and then you drive your way to Graz, that should, I think, just kill the Austrians right away. With no real major impact. Aside from that, because we're already building aircraft, I think we're building all of this stuff. Getting better factories, or better tanks, I should say. Can I actually get that from you? What's your best tank? Yeah, give me light tank 2s. Because those are better than the god-awful Great War tanks we actually have at the moment. Yes, replace you with light tank 2s from the French. Which also means I need to get more steel from them, but that's completely okay. All of you fly in the Alpine region with close air support, interception, all that good stuff. You fly here, even though I don't think you're going to be doing too much. Okay, so the Austrians have arrived. 4 to 7 divisions really is not a ton. And are you guys on very aggressive? You are, but even then, I don't feel like you're being aggressive enough. You actually are falling back, surprisingly. Okay, so you know what? Hold off for now. If you're doing good work, continue the good work. Don't even attack right now. Just hold position, reorganize yourself a little bit. How many troops do you guys have? 40 to 182. Like, what do we need? We need planes, I guess, more than anything. So we'll go 555 on all of you. Alpine region we're looking completely okay in. Germany has probably about 2,000 planes. I only have 500. Do I have any more planes I could deploy? No. Our air capacity is not the best. Yeah, because Austria doesn't have an army. Hungary has a decent-sized army, I would say. And I'm assuming that the British said absolutely not to any kind of alliance. Like, how much manpower do you have as well? You have... We don't know. Fantastic. Because you are 4%. Slowly just getting some spy networks up there. How much manpower do you have? 1 million? Okay, I think that's acceptable. At least for right now. I think I am going to deploy these 4 units to the front immediately. And you should not be deploying near Rome, just because it's so far away from everything else. So after that, we want more template 1s. I think just like 5 on you. Crank this up a little bit more. I mean, we've pushed actually nowhere near as far as not Austria as I would have originally liked. Russia, I don't know if Russia has any way to invade here. They're guaranteeing the Straits Commission. They don't matter. Not even remotely. You are our tanks. Okay. So the tank divisions. We have a planning speed. I guess we'll just go for you, because I think you're slightly better. You will then be a different army. You can be the Green Army. And your job should be at least initially to push our way into Austria and killing them off. 5 horrible light tank divisions probably is not going to make a major difference here, I would say. Well, we can try. You know what I mean? I mean, you're at 76. 500 defense is pretty high. You have 1,800 planes in the Alpine region, huh? I would consider that to be a little bit much. Can I actually deploy any more units? I could, and I wouldn't even be opposed to it, even if they're kind of experienced. We don't have a lot of oil, though. So, if we're missing oil, we'll get that from, I think, just the United States. Let's go 5 factories really should be more than enough. I don't know if we're going to gain any. We're not going to be really losing any either. Especially with you, the lifeblood of the New World. A passion for success, a pioneering instinct for breaking records, an enthusiastic emulation of electricity machine, essential of consciousness and compactness, sweet precision of machinery, of a well-oiled thought, a harmony of energies converging in one victorious path. All this is possible only thanks to the priceless black liquid. We need all of it that we can take. All I said. Sure, 70 days seems okay. Like, I don't think they're going to be able to push into our territory. I wish the French wouldn't be doing these kind of suicidal attempts. And if anything, I probably want to get like an invasion of northern France or northern Germany going. But there's no way in hell we're getting naval superiority. How many boats do you have? 100. But you have at least twice as much manpower in your navy, so I'm assuming Germany has at least twice as many ships. Which is terrifying. You're getting Latin brothers. And that is for Turkey, the United States. Unfortunately for you, Turkey is going to be invaded by us. Turkey will influence Turkish politics. I mean, the United States being accelerationist would be nice if they joined our faction, but everybody else is kind of, a bit more hit or miss, I would say. The French have already lost 200,000 men, so, you know, thanks for that. But I'm sure you are probably going to... Yeah, you have a front line actually directly with the Brazilians, so good luck with that. 82. The problem is that we are attacking our way into mountains, which is quite bad. River crossing terrain. You know what? That's a good point. We don't want our tanks on a river. Let's put them up towards the north. And maybe get something to work here. Push away towards Essen, Dortmund, Cologne, Frankfurt. All these cities would probably be better for us. You have one division on this front, huh? Well, you go here. What we're going to do instead is you guys deploy. You guys deploy. I know it's only 5 units right now, but, you know, bear with me. You go on this front. You can be the Pink Army. Yeah, just take some of this territory back, thank you. We could just go straight through here, because we're not taking a 2 years ahead of time penalty. Which seems okay to me. Our tanks should deploy up there soon enough. Just get the tanks out of the defenses. You actually are surrounded now, which actually does help us out. If we can kill these 2 German units, that would be nice. Yeah, and you're not, like, strategically redeploying, which is kind of what I need you to do. You know, deploy you guys as well. Again, I know they're green, but it's kind of all that I can afford right now. Everyone else can train up normally. I think right now we're fine. Crank up more for infantry to template 2. We're still good on all of our equipment, so I'm not going to worry about that for now. And aside from that, you all seem pretty okay. Blue Army... I mean, if you just crossed the river before we got kind of stuck here against the Germans, that would have been much nicer for us, of course. And of course, I've killed more German troops than the French have, which is kind of just embarrassing more than anything. We have 79. But even here, you guys have pretty high defenses. And you're at 81, 82. Our tanks can't do too much here right now. Okay, let's get some organization on our tanks ready. And then reassist in this invasion. Okay, you're doing a little bit better now. Which I appreciate. Pink Army is still doing fine. Because Yugoslavia... We can get military access, but I don't think Yugoslavia or Bulgaria is actually going to end up joining any of our factions. Which I kind of wish they did. Even if Bulgaria did join up with the Third Internationale. Like, who's a major power here? Unfortunately, apparently Brazil counts, which is very annoying. But once Germany's dead, I'm not going to really worry about Brazil too much. And you've done pretty well for yourself. The accelerationists in China are doing quite well. At 92. I mean, they keep throwing their men at me. I'm okay with that. But what if I actually send all the Pink Army to also assist up here? So I'm assuming air superiority here. No planes are actually in this region at all. They're all in Italy. You fly up to here and support that invasion, please and thank you. Yeah, reduce our ability to fight as much as we possibly can, thank you. And then all of you push in one concentrated effort. You also probably should get some planning bonuses up here. You go here, you go here. Yes, they're taking a negative 31 because of our tactical bombers that I threw into this region, which is nice. And just like that, we've already made a little bit of progress, just moving into Germany. Prussian colony goes annex Guvu. Or Kivu, that's fine. I actually don't want to be here. But of course, you've also moved troops down here again, which is not great. So, you know, deploy the template 2s. We're going to throw you under a different army again. We're going to need another commander. But again, we have so much political power that I'm not concerned about that. You can be the yellow army. And we're actually missing an artillery. So we're done making template 2s. Crank out some more template 1s, as well as not more tank divisions right now. The tank divisions are fine. We've now got our way up to 50 divisions, which I think is pretty acceptable. Shrink our front line down. We want to be very, very compact with this. Well, we still have air superiority here. I mean, Luxembourg doesn't matter so much. If we can't break our way through Austria, kill Hungary, or if somehow Russia declares war on the Germans, let me just look in here for Germany. There's nothing shows up. What if I look up socialist? Okay, popularity of socialism goes down, but that doesn't really say anything about... I'll spell socialist wrong. But that doesn't say anything about actually invading Germany. As unfortunate as that is. I mean, you're losing a lot of organization here against my forces. Do I have any more information against you here now? Still no. We've 8% from Intel Network from allies. But you really don't want to tell me anything, which is a real shame. So another breather. Men have recharged their nerves every day with reckless pride. They have to stake their lives on a single throw of a dice. Without keeping a close eye on the cheating croupier or the way the dice are running, you don't see that it's fundamentally necessity for the soul to give the body a baptism of flame, to launch into it like a fire ship against the enemy, an eternal enemy who doesn't already exist. But we have to invent, and that means forward, forward again. But I think that at least for right now, it's going to be a good time for us to end this episode. So thanks very much for watching. My name is Anthem. If you enjoyed, thumb up. Not enjoyed, click thumb down. Want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.